The dirty little secret that made Donald Trump president. I was so proud of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi when she tore President Donald Trump's State of the Union address. Speaking of State of the Union rudeness, February 9. Most Americans voted against Trump the 2 times he ran for the presidency. Normalizing Trump was never going to work, as Trump was the most unqualified, corrupt, incompetent president in the history of our nation. Trump is responsible for the January 6 insurrection. Trump is a terrible citizen who has been an habitual tax cheat. He's a con artist, and that's all he is. Conversely, Speaker Pelosi has been called the best Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives in American history. She tore Trump's speech, representing the rest of us who view the Trump presidency as a permanent stain on our democracy. I am so very proud of our Baltimore girl Nancy Pelosi, and I thank her for her hard work in representing the interests of decent Americans. I'm still waiting for Trump to be indicted in multiple jurisdictions. The dirty little secret that made Donald Trump president. There is a dirty little secret Democrats don't want to admit to. It was old-school Reagan Democrats that made Donald Trump president in 2016. On election night 2016, the blue wall was surprisingly breached. It shocked political pundits and cost former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton the election when Donald Trump won Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. It shouldn't have come as a complete surprise, actually. Clinton, who has blamed nearly everything for her loss, simply ran a bad campaign in those states. She expected the voters across the blue wall to support her and didn't see that any would become the crucial battlegrounds to determine the election. Between 1992 and 2012, those 3 states were among the 18 states and the District of Columbia that the Democratic Party consistently won in every presidential. By Hillary Clinton in 2016. It might have gone differently, too, had another Republican candidate faced Secretary Clinton, a sentiment noted this week by Laura Trump, daughter-in-law of the former president, who maintains that Donald Trump changed the face of the current Republican Party. It was those Reagan Democrats that turned the tide for Donald Trump. He created the current party that we have today. He'd, of course, spearheaded the Make America Great Again movement and putting America first. And I think people are yearning for that. Ms. Trump told Sky News host Erin Molan, they need somebody to come in there who has done this job before, has excelled at that job of leading our country and getting things back on track here in America. Laura Trump added. What is also notable is that the new Trump Democrats, which increasingly became the core of the MAGA base, stuck with Trump in 2020. At the start of that year, it certainly looked like President Donald Trump would sail to an easy re-election. Then the COVID-19 pandemic, which shut down the country and crashed the economy, upended everything. But even as the country began to recover, Trump's campaign and MAGA voters may have missed something. Just as the Trump lawn signs showed up unexpectedly across America in 2016, Biden signs were sprouting in upscale neighborhoods. Laura Trump is absolutely right. Her father-in-law changed the face of the GOP, and in the process, drove many suburban white-collar voters to choose Joe Biden over Trump in 2020. This bloc had just as reliably voted Republican for decades, but as Stan Greenberg of Politico magazine noted in 2021, they were driven away by the nativism of Trumpism.